I love math. I love math.
Hey math students, week number 19 at a glance, January 4th to January 8th, 2021. Rookie of the Year in the National Basketball Association last year, Ja Morant says, every setback is a setup for a comeback. He had a huge ankle sprain in the beginning of the year. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. As you guys know, here is the grid view to help you move through all the slides. We're going to do something a little bit different. We'll do the game plan and Room 902 news a little bit later, but I want to talk about New Year, fresh start. Some people say New Year, new you. So if you had some of those bad habits from last year, please get rid of those. I want to bring in these little butterflies. And we kind of grow these in our backyard. We have this plant called the milkweed plant, and we're trying to attract something called the monarch butterfly. They start as little eggs, and then they turn into larvae, and they eat all my plants, and then they go in a cocoon, and then they turn into mush, and they come out a beautiful butterfly. Some of you are awesome, flourishing butterfly students. You just blossom. Whatever I give you, you do it, and you're awesome. You're going to do awesome in life. Some of you had to grow a little bit, maybe a little bit slower in distance learning and the motivation, and some of you guys are still kind of sluggish, that little caterpillar, okay? So 2021, make it a new year, new you. There's my family. Okay, so Room 902 news. Remember, Schoology is still the way you get and turn in your work. It is the unofficial grade. The official grade is on Aries. That is the official grade. This week, I'll be submitting first semester final grades. If you think I made a mistake, you should have let me know by December, but I'm double checking everything. But be open if you also make mistakes. Okay? Here's one thing that is not a mistake. Here, 122 students turned in late work over first semester. Okay? And if you'll see X's and R's, X's means that I've checked it off and it's been resolved. Okay? And R, though, means restricted. When I clicked on your Google document assignment or whatever it was restricted. So look at this student here. I had to click on R, restricted 3 separate times on 3 separate days. So no longer am I going to, if you just, oops, Mr. Ng, I made a mistake, I didn't change the settings, I'm not going to go back for first semester things like this, okay? I'm not doing that. Now, you might be asking, Mr. Ng, can I just please change my grade? And the answer is no. Don't beg for a grade. Why? Because I begged you for all of first semester for 5 months to come to office hours and to turn in your late work. And I think I gave a lot of chances. So don't beg for grades. Khan Academy, 10% of your grade. Your first Khan Academy check for the second semester is January 29th, Friday. I need to assign you guys some things. Keep up with it. Participation is 10% of your grade. And actually, I have something, I'm going to delete this. Why? I'll tell you some exciting news in a second. Well, not exciting, just something different. In live classes, synchronous classes, if you're active and you're actually there, you get 1 point for participation. If I kind of call in your name, you don't respond by chat, I'm kind of wondering where you are, or end the class and you're kind of still there, right? I'm going to give you a half point for participation. And definitely, office hours, I will show you guys a new schedule for office hours. Let me waste that time there. Okay, what else do we have for you? Some changes for second semester. We are saying goodbye, bye-bye to Schoology conferences. So before, you guys would go to your Schoology conferences, click on conferences, and then you would click on that link, and then you get to something that looks like that, right? We're no longer doing that. Why? We are saying hello to Zoom. The district gave us options, and I chose to use Zoom. Why? Because Zoom has a way of participation, and I can check attendance without you doing the check connects. What does that mean? No more checking connects. You guys don't have to fill those out. Okay? So if you're in the Zoom conference, it will automatically put you in there, and that's what I'm choosing to do. Now, this also means something else, okay? Which I will show you about the bell schedule. Participation now is only 3 times a week. You only have to do, let me say in a weird way, you only have to do 3 check-in connects or attendance, okay? Coming to class. Last semester, it was 5 times a week. What does that mean? That means the participation points are going to be harder to get now. Also, as you and I figure out Zoom, be patient on both ends. That's you and me and how to use Zoom. I'll be patient with you, be patient with me. I would appreciate that. Okay, so I want to talk about another change for second semester is the bell schedule, and I will show you based on my classes. Okay, so Monday is all periods. I color-code my periods by the rainbow. Roy G. Biv. Red for first, second period's orange, third period yellow, fourth period green, fifth period blue, and that should be purple. But those are so Monday, all the classes. Okay, you'll notice that the passing periods are about 10 to 15 minutes. And there's lunch every day from 12 to 12:55. So on Monday, we will see all the classes. What's new and different is on Tuesday and Thursday, I will see periods 1, 2, and 3. They call this block periods 1, 2, and 3. So classes for Tuesdays will are 50 minutes each. So you'll notice, again, you'll have about a 10-15 minute passing period. I will see only periods 1, 2, and 3, and then we all go to lunch. And then after lunch, I am doing something to help my students. You know, they don't require actually for teachers to do this, the last I heard, but I'm offering that because I want to help my students be successful. So maybe a New Year's resolution for you is attend office hours. And I actually might make that an assignment. So in office hours, I'm doing 30 minutes every day on the asynchronous part, which is the after lunch time. Okay, you're just working on your assignments. Okay, what does this mean? So if you are periods 4, 5, and 6, I don't see you on Tuesday, which means you don't have to do quote unquote attendance. I'm only taking attendance for periods 1, 2, and 3. Wednesday and Friday, I will only see periods 4 and 6. Fifth period is my conference. So fourth period, you have a little bit hard. I have to see you at 9 o'clock. And then sixth period at 11:10. Those blank spots are my conference periods. And then Thursdays, 1, 2, 3. Friday, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then I have a CVA class on Monday that I see. Okay, so this is the new bell schedule. What's I think good about it is that, you know, we see the students every day. So it's not overwhelming how many classes you're seeing. You're not on the video conference for like 5 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's kind of spread out. I like it. Your afternoons, both of us are more free to kind of do our work, get help, things like that. Definitely check in with office hours. You know, last year I was helping with calculators, calculator commands, formula sheets, doing questions on the screen. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. I'm here to help you. Okay, I have something called oldies but goodies. Okay, imagine someone dumps out a box of puzzle pieces and it looks like this, right? And you're like, hey, what's the big picture? Well, it's similar to students who turn in pictures for their work. Look at this. This is an example of a student who turned in like 15 pictures of their work. Well, guess what? They're out of order. Okay, so we've already talked about this. The best way for you to turn in assignments in Schoology is actually using PDF files. We've already talked about that. Okay, Google Docs are okay. Sometimes there are errors on there, but I'm telling you the number one is PDF files. So whether you print it, you write it out, or you're writing on the PDF file itself, your finished product should be a PDF. Your finished product should be a PDF. Couple of notes for those who are writing it out. Make sure you're labeling each handwritten page. That's one advantage of my notes. And don't use the mouse to write. Use an electronic pen because the mouse is kind of messy. And if you're typing it, for some reason, you know, there's a spot for you to type something, change the color to like a blue or a dark purple. That way I know it's the answer, not the question. And then if you guys didn't know, you already know I created this video, creating a PDF file from your math pictures of work. And I think that's all I have for you guys. I'm not going to go through the top 5 do's and don'ts. But this is probably the biggest mistake from last semester was just students turning in a bunch of pictures. It literally looks like a puzzle piece like that. Okay? All right, let's transition now to our week at a glance. All right, stats students, we're starting chapter 3, collecting data. Lesson 3.1 is Intro to Data Collection. Students will be able to recognize the purposes of sample surveys, experiments, and observational studies on their guided notes. Common Core Standard of Math, Common Core California Standards of Mathematics, Statistics, Inference, and Conclusions. Number 3, recognize the purposes of differences amongst sample surveys, experiments, and observational studies. Explain how randomization relates to each other. Now we're going to focus on the game plan and week at a glance number 19. So week number 19, I just read kind of the big idea. We're just collecting data, right? So people who are doing COVID testing, they're actually collecting data, right? They test it, they send it to the lab and figure out if that person is positive or negative for COVID-19. They are just collecting data. What are we doing this week? Since you guys are both periods 1 and 2, I will see you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So today in class, we're going to work on lesson 3.1. Tomorrow in class, we'll also work on finishing up lesson 3.1. And then Thursday, I won't see you on Wednesday, so remember there is no check and connect, or I don't see you. That's what I'm trying to point out. And then Thursday, we'll work on our homework together in class. Something that I want to work on is kind of showing you guys an Aries, not just the Aries number, but the week number. So right now we're in week number 19, and your week 19 assignments are basically the first assignments of the year. You actually already did this, so those assignments are the eSign syllabus, motivational quote, student survey, Khan Academy sign up, and Edulastic sign up. Okay, so if you have already done this, you finished it, good job. You get to do nothing. You don't have to do anything. How will you know if you've turned it in? You'll remember. I'm not sure if you have access to first semester grades. But if you feel like you're not sure, you can actually resubmit all of those assignments. Just click on right there, and that's actually a link. It'll take you to that Google documents. Okay, and then again, week number 20 to 30. Week number 20, we're focusing on lesson 3.1 and homework 3.1. I kind of want us to transition into the beginning of the year, so a little bit lighter on the assignments, especially if you've already done this. And then next week, you'll probably have at least 2 or 3 of these. And that's it. That is week number 19 at a glance. See you guys.
I love math.